Anybody else heard about the new compact Toyota Tacoma? Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. So, has anyone else heard about this new compact Toyota Tacoma? You know, about a week ago or so, my buddy Randall sent me an article about a possible upcoming compact Toyota Tacoma. And I thought, that is really cool. You know, I've been talking about that on the channel for a while now, and about how I think, anyway, you know, because Toyota and I were tight, but how I think that Toyota should build a compact truck, a mini truck. You know, as popular as the current versions are, that being the Santa Cruz, and then of course Ford's version, the Maverick. I still can't get over the fact that they named it the Maverick. If you didn't know, the Maverick used to be a small car, and it was garbage. I know that because my parents had one when I was growing up. I think it was in the 1970s model year. I think that's when that thing was out. It was red, it was rusted, had an 8-track tape player, and it ran about half the time. So anyway, they're gonna have to, they being Toyota, come out with a compact truck. I think the popularity of them should show Toyota that it's absolutely necessary, and I think the mid-size truck market is changing, or has already changed, with the advent or the availability of these compact trucks. Now, they're good, I think, for several different things. You know, one, they're usually built on a compact SUV platform, if you will. Just an SUV type vehicle. People use them for hauling around the kiddies, going and getting groceries, commuting, long distance trips. I mean, they're good for all kinds of things. Decent room in the inside, although I will say on the Santa Cruz, not a whole lot of room in the back. Not a vehicle I would have wanted to have taken either adults or older children on a long distance trip, because you'd have to listen to them complain constantly about how tight it is back there. Now, the Maverick, I have heard, is not much better. I've not been in a Maverick, I've not driven a Maverick, so I'm not hands-on familiar with it. I mean, you can't find them anywhere. And that's a testament to the popularity, I guess. I had heard back in, I think it was August, maybe even July, that Ford was stopping production, or taking orders rather, for the 2022 model year, because they simply could not produce enough. They had already filled their books and couldn't get any more. I don't know what it looks like for 2023, but I gotta think it's probably about the same. Now, the Santa Cruz, kind of a polarizing compact truck. It looks different, but I gotta say, it is awesome. And that leads me back to the mini or compact Toyota Tacoma. Now, are they gonna call it a Tacoma? I'm sure not. Who knows what they're gonna call it? Maybe they'll just call it a Toyota truck. You know, going back to their history, it'll simply be a Toyota truck. But wouldn't it be cool if they came out with something that was reminiscent of what the first Toyota trucks, and I'm talking about the predecessors to the Tacoma, actually looked like, or even the first generation Tacomas. I mean, they were awesome. Loved the size, loved the looks, and hopefully the modability of them would still be there. That's always the risk that's run, I guess, when a manufacturer comes out with a new model. You know, what is there that you can do to it? Obviously, there are tons of things for the Tacoma, but I gotta think it'd be a while, and dependent upon popularity, before the aftermarket actually caught up with the demand, assuming there is demand. Now, as far as a power plant, you know, that's one of the big arguing points, I guess, about the upcoming redesigned Tacoma and this compact Tacoma or Toyota truck. I believe it would have a 4-cylinder. I don't think you'd see a 6. I don't even think you're going to see a 6 in the new Tacoma that's coming. But it would have a 4-cylinder, and it would be turbocharged. Now, I hope Toyota takes a page out of Hyundai's book. That's right, I said it. Toyota following after Hyundai. Well, they did an excellent job with that Santa Cruz. And if we had a compact Tacoma that had the acceleration and power that Santa Cruz has, it would be awesome, and it would be tough to beat because you'd have a traditional compact looking truck. It wouldn't look like the Santa Cruz, I'm sure. At least I wouldn't think Toyota would do that. I really expect them to have something more maverick looking, probably. But we'd have a compact size truck with a 4-cylinder turbo, 200 and let's say, I don't know, 78, that's pretty specific, 90 maybe, I don't know, horsepower, tuned properly. Obviously, we don't want any throttle lag. That seems to be something that Toyota really loves. They love throttle lag, at least in the Tacoma. I've got the pedal commander in mind now to get rid of that, and man, does it transform the truck. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into a pedal commander, advertisement, but man, if you've got a Tacoma and you don't have one, you are missing out, I'm telling you. Now, size-wise, as I mentioned, I think it obviously needs to be compact. It would be a compact truck. It's amazing to me how much the Tacoma has grown over the years. When you look back at some of the early pictures and dimensions as compared to what we have now, I mean, the current Toyota Tacoma is almost as big as what full-size trucks used to be. I saw a Tundra, was one of the first ones, what is that, 2012, whatever it is. I saw a late model, very late model Tundra, and for a moment I kind of mistook it for a Tacoma because it was similar in size. Now, granted, it's bigger, I know, but much closer to the Tacoma than obviously it is now. So who knows? Hopefully they'll actually keep it small. As far as the transmission, we got to talk about that for a minute. Everybody hates the current transmission in the Tacoma. I still get comments on the channel about it all the time. It can't find its gears, it's constantly hunting, never will stay in 6th gear. I don't know. I don't really have any problems with it myself. Of course, I live in a pretty flat area. I'm in a valley, so I'm not constantly going up and down hills. So I'm probably not the right person to talk to about transmission gear hunting. But for my circumstances, I don't even notice it, but I know a lot of people do. A manual transmission. Wouldn't it be cool for the manual lovers out there, and I would probably get one in a manual. Wouldn't it be cool if Toyota put an up-to-date, modern manual transmission, i.e. the Honda Civic type, best transmissions out there in my opinion. But wouldn't it be cool if they put a modern, up-to-date manual transmission in a new compact Tacoma or Toyota truck? I think that would be awesome. Again, it would be something that I definitely would be interested in buying. Have to take it for a test drive just to make sure that Toyota's not pulling a fast one on me. I had a manual transmission 2020 Tacoma, and while it was still fun to drive, just because it was a manual, it was a dog. I mean, the transmission itself, the gears were clunky, first was in the wrong place. I've made a lot of videos about that, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. But it definitely was not one of the funnest vehicles to drive. So anyway, I was just wondering, has anyone else heard about the new compact Toyota Tacoma? Leave a comment, let me know, particularly if you're associated with Toyota and may have some insider information. I would really be interested to know that. Leave a comment. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive Rides, all about my new, to me, Mercedes-Benz. A lot of mods going on with that. And believe it or not, it doesn't cost a fortune, or it doesn't have to modify a Mercedes-Benz. Also, RobMotive JT, all about Jeep Gladiators. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.